Hey, Sanger Unified. This is going to walk you through how to make sure your district licensed Zoom account is up and running. So there's two possible situations. The first is that you've never created a Zoom account. You have never used Zoom. You may have clicked on a link and participated in a Zoom, but never signed up for an account, in which case the email that you get is going to sound something like this. Hello, and then your name. Someone within Sanger, myself, Chris Goulart, someone has created a Zoom account for you. Please click the button below to activate your account within 30 days. When you click activate your Zoom account, it will pop up a window that looks like this, activate your Zoom account. Choose one of the following sign-in methods and use your email address to continue. From here on out, you will be able to do sign in with Google. But for right here, right now, because we don't yet have that account, you're first going to say sign up with a password. You're going to sign in completely, creating an account. I would highly suggest you use the same password that you are going to use with your Google account. The reason being is that from here on out, you can do the sign in with Google. Okay, so I'm going to use the same email address, my at SangerUSD.net account that my invite went to, but I'm going to use the same password as Google so that I, from here on out, can use sign in with Google. Then I'm going to hit continue. Okay, I now have my personal URL. I can go to my account and there it is. I can change the picture. As long as you see this Sanger USD and up here you see licensed, you're good to go. Now I'm going to sign out and show what it looks like. This is our personalized Sanger Unified, I guess, homepage within Zoom. So you can sign in. Now I can sign in with Google, use the teacher, and then it will link, hopefully, it will link the two accounts. Now, we're still figuring all this out. We can figure it out on the back end. I'm going to do that again and just make sure. Okay, so I have them. There's a lot of different things within this that you can do. There's the settings. There are some settings that district-wide we have enabled. For example, the waiting room, the host video, who can share different things, the chat. You can make these changes. There are some that are locked. For example, the virtual backgrounds has been locked so that students, so you can see it's locked by admin. We cannot turn that on so that students can't put on a virtual background. But there's other settings within here. We highly, highly suggest you go up to resources and choose download Zoom client. It will walk you through the downloading and installing the Zoom client. That is what you see over here. I can show you now, I can sign in with Google with the teacher and open Zoom. And now this Zoom client, which is the downloaded, you can see that up in the top top left-hand corner, it now says Zoom, as opposed to over here, it says Chrome. So Zoom, I have my account, it shows I'm licensed, it shows my email address, and this is where I can start a new meeting right off the flash, or I can schedule one and so on. So that's one situation if you do not have an account. Okay. The other situation is if you've already used Zoom, your invitation will look something that looks like this. So your name has requested to add you to their Zoom account, as opposed to has created an account for you. So you'll know whether or not you've used it. Instead of it saying like validate the account or whatever the previous email said, which was activate your Zoom account, this one just says approve the request. So you're approving the request for your current Zoom account to be involved or brought into the licensed Sanger Unified. So you click I acknowledge and switch. They're switching the account. It will take a little bit of time, as it says. You can still log in. So I'm going to open up a new window and click zoom.us. Because I just did the other one, I'm going to log out of the teacher and sign in Now, generally, you may have already done this. For example, I had always done sign in with Google. I had never officially created an account, but I did the sign in with Google and it worked just fine. Like, here is this person's account. I can see now that they're licensed because it says licensed. I can see in the profile that their personal meeting ID has the SangerUSD.net, so it knows that they're ready to go. You should see linked accounts. The G stands for Google, and that's sign in with Google. The work email is just our regular email. So you should see both. If you don't see both, you're like me. On my account, all I had was the G. I had never officially created an account with my email. So when that was the case, when I first got to this point and I clicked sign in, I had always just done sign in with Google. If when you log in and you see everything, if all you see is the little G, what I highly suggest is doing the sign up for free using all of the same information. You have to do your birthday, and basically it will just then link the accounts. And then from then on, you can have your sign in with Google. If that made no sense whatsoever, I apologize and we'll try to make another video. But those were the two main instances. Either you would get an email that said, approve the request for your account to be joined in with Sanger Unified, or if you've never used Zoom before, your your email will say, da 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 has created a Zoom account for you, activate your Zoom account, and then you put in all the information. Again, use your @SangerUSD.net account and use the password that you use for Google, and you can sign in with Google from then on. All right, thanks so much. Hopefully that was helpful and not too confusing. But